Hello, hello. Welcome to day two of Showing Up for Your Business. That is what I have titled this. I am Ebony Rose. I'm going to be coming on here every month, every day this month, talking about different topics, right? So I'm just going to jump right into it, okay? Because this is a very good topic. And I think I mentioned this in yesterday's video. And I think it's just like such a good topic because I don't I mean, I've been part of like I would say like one workshop, if you want to call it that, where this has been a topic of discussion, but I don't see this. Like I don't see anybody else talking about it. And I think it's very important. So we talked about why showing up feels so hard in our last video. And this video is going to be talking about um momentum and keeping promises to yourself, right? Because we tend to not keep promises to ourselves. So that's the topic that's going to be happening today. Um, Momentum is like key. Like I've noticed, like with even with certain clients that I have, momentum is what is going to show you progress. Momentum isn't about hype. It's about trusting yourself, trusting, your audience, trusting the algorithms, putting trust in whatever it is that you're putting your trust in. Every time you do not follow through with yourself, the trust resets itself or it completely evaporates. Like if you do not hone in on this momentum, whether it could be whatever it is, for your business, creating your course, going live, doing some videos, whatever it is, if you do not follow through with whatever task you set for yourself, for your business, that trust with yourself is it's going to reset and it's going to evaporate. Okay. So let's talk about why momentum is actually about self-trust, right? When we're talking about business owners and showing up for yourself online for your business, right? Every skipped post is a missed opportunity for momentum and for trust building with yourself, because every time you show up for yourself, you're creating that trust, saying, okay, girl, we showed up this day. Now we have to prepare ourselves for the next day. That's literally what I'm in the middle of right now. I am showing up for myself by creating these little pieces of content for you all so that you can all be encouraged, so that you can begin to show up for yourself. Every missed post, every delayed action, every time you say, oh, I'll do it tomorrow or I'll do it next week, it becomes another week and then another week. And then you're like beating yourself up, right? And that could be poor time management, that could be fear, that could be procrastination. It could be so many things, right? But we have to hone in on anything that we desire to do and really, really prioritize and make time for it, right? So, how does broken self promises affect your business? You hesitate a lot more. You doubt yourself more and you overthink simple things like captions or hashtags. Like this is a real thing. You can begin to overthink everything. Like, oh, there's a piece of trash on the floor in my video. Nobody saw that but you. you know so you can begin to like really really be in that mode of trying to be a perfectionist when you hesitate, when you continuously break promises to yourself and then you step out and try to do something. You're like, oh my God, okay, so what if I need to do this right? I need to have this in the post. I need to work on these hashtags. I need to, look a certain way, or, I need to do this or I need to do that. All of that is it's going to create this tension and it's going to create this huge delay from all that overthinking into you actually producing and putting the product out there, right? Like when I decide to record these videos, I pre-record them and I get my notes together. I do all of that because I want to have talking points, because I want to make sure I don't miss anything for you all in the points that I'm trying to relay. But I just hit the record button. I don't sit here. I don't overthink unless something is like really, really off. I'm not going to sit here. I'm not going to overthink. I'm not going to like question myself. I'm not going to make sure every word is perfect. I am going to just have talking points because this is my area of expertise. And I have enough trust and faith in myself that I can deliver what it is that I want to deliver to you all, you know. So I need to create this momentum this month for my business. And I need to keep my promises to myself and show up for my audience because I know that what I have is valuable, right? So let's think of a shift, right? And what you can start doing right now to help you to keep your promises to yourself, right? So start making smaller promises. Some of us are out here making these huge, elaborate promises to ourselves, and then we find ourselves disappointing ourselves, not following through, not showing up for our business, um, and just doing nothing, you know, because it's just too overwhelming. It's just too much for our brain to comprehend, right? So start making smaller promises to yourself. Follow through with those small promises consistently and let the momentum rebuild your confidence because yesterday I had mentioned that confidence, you know, it doesn't just come to people, it comes by doing things repeatedly, doing things, getting comfortable with them, practicing them, perfecting them over time. So let that momentum rebuild your confidence. Because right now, if you're somebody that doesn't have the momentum that you're looking for and you're trying to figure out ways to kind of revamp, maybe you need to start with a shift. You need to start making smaller promises to yourself. You need to follow through with that consistently. What does consistently mean for you? Many people think consistency means every day. It doesn't have to mean every day. Think of your life. What are you able to do? Are you able to show up once a week? Are you able to show up twice a week? Are you able to show up every day during the week? What does consistency look like for you? Think about that, write it down, and then begin to make a small step to doing that consistently so that the momentum can build and rebuild your confidence. So, starting today, whoever's watching this, if you're watching this on the replay, I want you to pick one small promise that you're going to make to yourself and stop negotiating with it. Do not negotiate with yourself. It is non negotiable. This small promise is non negotiable. So let me give you some examples. Show up live for 5 minutes. If that's what you're setting for today, it's non negotiable. Make the time for it. Don't say, I don't have enough time. Make the time for it. It's 5 minutes. Don't overthink. Don't try to make things perfect. Just sit down in front of your phone, your computer, your tablet, whatever it is, and do it. Rip the band aid off and do it. I guarantee you, this small promise that you're going to make to yourself is going to make you feel so good that you're going to be like, oh my God, I can do this. And that could be your small promise that you build upon consistently. So let's say today you go live for 5 minutes, do it again tomorrow and then do it again the next day or split it up in between days. But make a small promise to yourself, okay? Write one caption. You know, some people don't write captions. Some people think it's overwhelming. Some people think, you know, they just can't think of the right words. Use Chat GPT. Like, don't use it word for word, obviously. Go in there and edit it, change the words around, but utilize things to help you and prevent yourself from overthinking because we need to show up for ourselves and we need to do it confidently. The only way we're going to do it confidently is if we do it. If we stop overthinking, if we just step out and do it and engage with your audience intentionally. Go back through some of your posts and comment, reply to people. People want to hear from you, you know? And if social media sees that you're responding to your customers, followers, clients, whatever it is, that's going to benefit you in the long run. So don't be afraid if that seems like the lesser promise that you can like less daunting, going back to just comment, then do that. Be consistent with it. If you are somebody that's like, oh my God, I need to go live, this is a sign for me. I need to stop overthinking. I need to stop living in fear. I need to stop doing X, Y, and Z. And I need to go live for 5 minutes. Then go live for 5 minutes. And remember, these promises are non negotiable. I'm going to check in with you tomorrow to see if you have done your promise. So if you are serious about building momentum in your business, please, please, please make sure you subscribe to this channel, because this channel and all of this month, I'm going to be talking about showing up with intention, showing up for yourself, showing up for your business. That's what we're talking about this month, because I am very, very passionate, and throughout this month, I'm going to be referring to some of the teachings that I've been in myself. I've been in this program called Intentional Mentoring, where we talk about confidence, we talk about showing up for ourselves. I just went through 30 days of Soul Detox, and the topic was own your focus. And we have to be focused. We have to be intentional about the things that we're doing, especially when it comes to our physical health, our mental health, our bodies, our businesses, everything. We need to have focus, So I'm going to be talking about all of that this month. So make sure you're subscribed, hit the notification button so that you can stay tuned, so that you can be notified whenever I go live. I would love to see your comments, so please comment anything in the comments below, whether it's the live or the replay, and I will be sure to respond to you. So thank you so much for joining, and I will see you tomorrow at 1 p.m. Eastern.